Long time no see. Uh, so I'm making up for lack of edited videos with just stream bullshit. As you can see, it's just me right now. Um, my problem was I shouldn't have said that everything's better now. I should have said, guys, I'm dying. I don't know how much time I have left. And then we could have had a full makeshift stream. Lindsay's got mother things that she's doing. That's completely fine. Uh, I didn't expect anybody. It was an open invitation. This was just kind of my way of contributing to the stream process without having an actual video to talk about. But so in case you don't know, and I think it's funny if somebody is here now but wasn't here 10 minutes ago when I was talking about gallbladders and peeing. There's today Halloween. There's that. So everybody from the Screen Stream group, that would be Mother Mayhem, Drum Dums, Cody Leach, Brian Lumeck, Movie Talk, but not me today at least. All released the 31 Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Nightmare on Elm Street movies ranked in their respective rankings on their respective channels. I was supposed to take part. As a matter of fact, I think. Let me see if I can show you stuff. I was working on pieces of this video weeks ago. I just never shot the material because Halloween 2018 didn't come out yet. And then personal shit, literally personal shit took over. So like just to give you an idea of stuff that like I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own ass, but like this is just these are just screen grabs and stuff from the ranking video that I have a couple of things that I do in there. There's bits. I have a theme that I go on talking about how there's comparisons. I call it outright stealing. That's a shot from Friday the 13th, and here is its corresponding shot from Halloween 5. There's a couple of bits in there that there's, so the writing of my 31 on the 31st video, I felt was pretty meaty for a ranking video. And of course, now, because I wasn't able to get it out, it'll just look like I had extra time to put extra shit in there, which I didn't. And I probably should have, I don't know, taken track of the progress the way we've been doing for somebody else in this household's next video, which could be up tonight. Emily's hard at work getting the finishing touches done on her Exorcist review, which if you're familiar with her alter ego characters, it's gonna be a big one. And then we'll have behind the scenes stuff, I think on both channels, just to let you know the amount of time and process that Emily put into. I mean, I want to say most of her videos, but this one in particular, I don't know, she put a. We should have had a budget, a shooting schedule. She did a lot with time that. I don't know. There's people out there with 4,000 subscribers that didn't put that much time into their channel as she's putting into this video. Putting. There's a word for you, putting. See, now I got to find the chat again. So anyway, the purpose of this video, I'm not talking about my 31 on 31st list. I just wanted to show you like some of the stuff that I was working on. Like I took it seriously. Just you have to take my word for it that if when it does get that put out there, that whatever you're looking at, with the exception of me, being shot, the actual me in front of a camera, that stuff was ideas forever ago. There's stuff that I went and it's kind of like a Savage Cinema video is the way I treated this ranking. But you gotta wait. I'm sorry. Blame Burger King. Blame my fucking dog shit gallbladder. blame both, blame Jace, all of it, just all of it. And I'm still trying to buy time for the chat because that's what I do. My channel, library. I hate doing this on the phone. Watch later. Oh, I'm on watch later. Here we go. 12 watching. What's up, Savini Jason? Finally, the Godfather of Comedy's back. Slow down. Slow down. I'm not even the Godfather of Scream Stream comedy. What's up, Paul? Oh, yeah? Just missed your previous stream. But hey, listen, if you wanna hear me talking about pissing on my own nutsack, that's quite a doozy. That previous stream. Yes, Savini Jason. Jason Lives is number one on my ranking. There's no spoiler there. Blame Canada, says the girl that should be here but does parenting stuff. Lindsay falls through on this channel again. Ho hum. I just think you're not here to defend your ranking, your placement of Jason Lives. Fucking hell. No, I'm not spoiling anything, but let's just say I'm disappointed in where Lindsay has Jason Lives as opposed to other movies in the Friday the 13th series. That is all I'm going to say. So the list we're going to be talking about is what essentially is the average. I was in the hospital with no I didn't have my computer. I had a phone. I had a phone with access to Wi-Fi, which was fucking leaps and bounds ahead of what I could have hoped for in that week that I was there. So what I did while people were, getting their videos done and prepared for, I said, do me a favor and send me your lists, and I'll try to do something where there'll be this master Scream Stream list where it's not highlighting any one person's rankings, but it's just simply math. If a movie was number one on a lot of people's lists, it's high on the list. There's a movie that was number one on a bunch of people's lists that is number one. Well, give me a heads up next time and I'll plan it better, you bet. Yeah, I told you like at least 3 hours ago when I thought that maybe I'd be home from the hospital today. I think I said maybe tonight. Don't swing this. I'm sick. You can't swing this around on me. Don't make me show my scar. Keeping in my thoughts and prayers, bro. God bless. Yeah, I think as far as scary shit regarding the lack of gallbladder is concerned, is that is over. There wasn't an infection this morning, and they took the staples out. I just have to be less active. And if you had seen me in the last 8 days, activity wouldn't be a word that I would rush to use. But yes, we're here to talk about the Scream Stream group as a whole, the average of their which my ranking. Obviously, I had that ranking. I everything but the video being shot for my ranking video is done. I had to, I went and got clips. There's just I'm gonna have the best ranking video, if only because I'm gonna have an extra 2 weeks to do it. There's my bold proclamation. But so everybody sent me their lists, and what I did was just number value. If something was ranked 31st, it's golf. It's golf in this instance. The higher your number, the worse your score. You just add them up and divide them by, what is there, 5 of us? And whatever the totals are, you just whatever has the highest number is the worst, and whatever has the lowest number is the best. That's the simple math behind this. There's no other anything behind how this list plays out. It's simply a mean, an average of Lindsay, Mother Mayhem, Brian Lomax, Cody Leach, Lee at Drum Dums, and CP at Willie Screedia. It's just a the mean of our lists, and that I don't have on the desktop. I'm a fucking cunt and 2/3. Prepare better, you fuck. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the list. So one thing that I am quite shocked at, and this, I thought the general consensus, and not just because Lee, kind of drives the bus in killer flicks, in Scream Stream, what have you. I thought the general consensus was Halloween Resurrection is the worst, big three movie, and I am of that mentality. But spoiler alert, as you can see on the average ranking there, Freddy's Dead is hated a lot more by the other majority. I don't remember. I don't remember who else had I might have been the only person that had Resurrection in 31. If I had somebody to bounce some words off of, I can go do the extra homework, because I had to make up a Excel sheet, and I could tell you exactly who did what. Lindsay, you still have the link, by the way. If you have 10 minutes to just drop in and tell me to go fuck myself, that's the invite's still open. I can't find the actual paperwork, but anyway, the majority of the group thinks that Freddy's Dead is the worst movie in the lot. And so something I did in preparing for this, I can't tell you enough how much I respected the process of this video, so much so that you can't see it. So I could tell you everything I want. I had fireworks. There was a guest starring spot by Tom Matthews. I went all out, man. But it's just a shame you guys are never going to see it. The amount of stuff that I looked into for mine was, I forgot where I was going. See, I'm trying to blow smoke up my own ass, and I forgot what the transition was. So in preparation for the ranking video, I fucking, well, it was 45% that, 55% to refresh myself, because we were getting a new Halloween. So I went, 1 through Rob Zombie 2 over the course of like 2 weeks. And fucking the Halloween franchise is my least favorite. That might play into why Resurrection is so low for me, or the lowest. So in all due fairness, I don't know if it's even considered to be fair. In fairness to the negativity that is Freddy's Dead, I'm not as sharp and freshly familiar with the lesser quality Nightmare on Elm Street movies, mostly because I don't have access to those movies. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 here in the house, and the rest are still in Denmark. And you know what? After sitting through movies like Halloween 5, Jason Takes Manhattan in the last couple of months, you know what? I was just going to go on memory with the shitty Nightmare on Elm Street. So after seeing everybody's list, I actually want to rewatch Freddy's Dead and see if maybe there's something wrong. My thing with Resurrection being the worst, and this traces to my love of Jason Lives. The one thing that Tom McLaughlin had always said about, he had always said about Paramount and what not to do regarding the character of Jason is, you don't disrespect the bad guy himself. You could do anything you want to disparage, have fun with the characters in the film, but you got to be afraid of, you got to respect the actual the star of the show. And like on an instant, on principle, the lack of respect, the fucking blowjob they give to Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection, that alone for me was just such an easy. All right, well, I can't take this movie seriously because they broke the rule, and on top of it, the rest of the movie is, ugh, it's far from noteworthy. Let me catch up with maybe I'm supposed to plan childcare around maybe. No, yeah, you are. Yeah, I might die tomorrow, Lindsay, and then what? uh, no more Burger King. Yes, no more Burger King for a bunch of reasons. Even if I wanted to eat Burger King right now, I can't. I have to cut my fat. What's up, man? Glad to see you back. Hope everything went well. Yeah, Tony, I really hope that invite's still open for me. I want to hang with you guys, even if it's on this channel. Like it's such a pain in the ass. It's not a pain in the ass. It's fun to type something in a chat, wait the 20-30 seconds for you guys to see it, and then I'm a comedian. There's a bit of a orgasm, self pleasure in putting something out there and then knowing it's going to make you guys laugh. But I'd rather revel in it in conversation and just BS with it. It's a lot harder as a creator, as somebody who's been in a lot of streams and videos and stuff, to watch and sometimes not get not get your point across or get a point in. It's an awfully selfish way to think of things, but fuck, if we got to have you guys here, I just like hanging out with you guys. It's you guys made my Sundays, and especially last. I was watching you guys in the hospital one of those nights. So what was it, Saturday? The last one you did. No, it wasn't. There was it might have been the ranking video. There was one where I was in the hospital and I was watching you guys, and that was a gay old time. Thank you for the entertainment. But yeah, Tony, we have to hook up. I would, bro. I'm sick with a sick baby. I can't move from his side, or he will lose his damn mind. Don't. All right, so you're gonna try coming at me with sick. Again, I'll threaten you with a scar, motherfucker. I win the sick battle today, at least today. I can't believe the new Halloween hit the top 5. I've lost all faith in our group. Yeah, Lindsay, I contributed to that score. See, let me try to find that. If I can find the stupid fucking spreadsheet thing, that will make my case a little bit easier to talk about. All right, so Halloween, the 2018 Halloween, the lowest ranking, without telling you who it is, because seriously, go check out everybody's lists, even though I haven't done it yet. Go check out everybody's lists. I know their rankings, but I don't know what they have to say about the rankings. The lowest, or lowest, by lowest I mean the highest highest number, lowest on the list, least best. Jesus, fucking words. I'm not wording today. The lowest it was ranked was 17th. Again, I'm not going to tell you who it was. Go check out everybody's videos. And the highest it was ranked was 2. Again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but I think you can guess who has it ranked at 2. Which of us in Scream Stream has Halloween 2018 ranked at 2? Would it be Cody Leach, the big time Nightmare on Elm Street fan? Would it be Brian Lomax, I don't really follow these franchises too much, but I just like watching movies? Would it be good old CP with the Friday the 13th? I'm not going to say Lindsay's name, even though I just did. Or do you think maybe it was Lee and his ambush of Halloween content? And here's what I'll say. Lee has Halloween 2018 ranked at number 1 for 2018. I basically just told you what it is. But yeah, it is interesting, Lindsay. To spoil where I have it. It is in my top 10. I have 28. I see a lot of people calling it H4O, which is, I like that better. Can we officially have that name changed? Can we live, die, repeat Halloween 2018 to H40 is my request. But just reading the numbers off now that you have the low and the high. The highest rank was 2. The second highest rank was 5. Third highest ranked was 8, and then 15 and 17. So you have some the middle rank for Halloween 2018 is 8th of 31. That's uh, we're a little too fresh one way or another. I think that movie's a little too fresh in all of our memories. Okay, so now I got to catch up. What's up, CP? Why, Tim? I haven't seen you in one of these in a while. What's up? Most definitely, Tony. Yeah. Like, dude, I don't care how, where, why. Fuck, if you want to talk about fucking, I don't know, Chinatown. We could talk about. It doesn't have to be horror. I'm pretty sure you guys are probably sick of talking about horror. Let's talk about thermoses, whatever the fuck. Bedroom list or bedless bedrooms. Jason Lives not in the top 3. Oh, we'll get to that, Tim. Okay, who are you and what have you done with CP? Oh, Tim. So maybe you're misunderstanding. This list here. This is the average of all of our lists in Scream Stream. So Lee, Cody, Lindsay, Brian, and myself. What you're seeing here is the average of our lists. I'm trying to think. There's a couple. I think, going over this, there was one or two movies that it might be one of the ones at the bottom. I think Jason Goes to Manhattan was ranked like 29th for a bunch of people. Well, obviously, Freddy's Dead was ranked 31st for a lot of people. All right, so I'm falling apart my own math, but there was a couple. Maybe I should just make a dissection video on this. Whenever mine finally gets done, maybe I'll do an accompanying thing where this nerdy math on how I decided to do this, and because I think it's interesting, especially when you see some of the lists. Some people are really low on Friday the 13th. Some people are really low on Halloween. I would have considered myself low on Halloween, but there's some in the rankings, there's some interesting choices. And it's like some of us, I don't remember exactly who else. I've said it numerous times. I recognize that there's movies that I have ranked in this list that are better than, Jason Lives. Like, I have Jason Lives higher than Halloween. If I did a quality list, it wouldn't be that much fun. It'd be Halloween 1, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and then you'd really have a hard time from there out, because if you're going by straight, like, fucking Oscar recognizable quality, it's a sloppy list. It's not what is the best movie. It is what is the best movie to CP. What is the best movie to Lindsay? What is the best movie to Lee? Even though we know what that one is. What is the best movie to Cody? What is the best for Brian? And you see some patterns there that is interesting, but at the same time, there are patterns there that are kind of defied. Like, there's a couple of Brian is really heavy against a certain franchise, noting only by his bottom 10. And there's 2 or 3 that make it into his top 15 that I was just like, man, that's really interesting that blank is that high, considering all of this other stuff isn't. Like, it's like somebody saying, I'm not a big fan of the Saw series, but I have Saw 7 ahead of Saw 1. And it's just like, well, that's an interesting opinion. There's a couple of those. There's a couple of those from everybody, and I can't wait to actually be able to take time and sit in front of lights and explain to you my madness, because my list is just as head scratching. So I hope I explained that well, Tim. That's the average list. Okay, gallbladder, Tommy John, and ravioli pasta chest. Dude, I'm going to be without the gallbladder aspect. I'll be gallbladder, the ghost of CP's gallbladder. That's a good hashtag. The ghost of CP's gallbladder. CP will have it at number one, obviously. Yes. No spoilers whatsoever in Jason Lives being number one on my list. And you know what? Because this list is averages, me having it at number one really brought it up, because I don't even think it cracks the top 10 on this list, because rather shockingly to me, a bunch of people well, while we're talking about it, let me just find it. Jason Lives is 20th, 14th, 9th, and 1st. So my first really weighs up that score, because, without me, you have 9, 9, 14, 20. So it'd be closer to like 14. All right, no, and you have 2 9s. It'd be closer to like 13, 12 without my one. See, and this stupid math shit is interesting to me, and I think it's fascinating. But yeah, so Jason Goes to Manhattan being the worst of the Friday the 13th is interesting to me, because I'm not really that big a fan. As the quote unquote Friday the 13th authority, the fact that Jason X isn't lower than Jason Goes to Manhattan is a little odd. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he takes the boat, and I guess for the same reason that I just discount Halloween Resurrection with the disrespect for the Michael Myers character and the just everything about what Busta Rhymes is doing in that movie. I guess I can understand hatred for. Again, I haven't seen anybody's actual ranking videos, but it'll be interesting to hear reasoning behind why Jason Goes to Manhattan is so bad. I mean, it's as far as just movies are concerned, fucking forget the fact that it's just Jason on a boat for 80 minutes. Some really weird shit happens in that movie. Jason gets toxic melted and then magically becomes a fresh as a baby, really clean child after that. Really strange. There's a bunch of really fucking strange. I mean, you look at that bottom half on the left, and I could probably point you out to at least one moment in each of those movies that you're just like, well, what the fuck did they do that for? Which leads me to Halloween 5, which has a pretty universal. 27. Somebody has it at 21. I don't remember who that was, but 21 is hot. Maybe that's Lee. 21 is high for me for Halloween 5. 21, 26, 27, 28, 29. Wow. So nobody ranked it the same thing. But after that heavy weighing up of 21, it goes 26, 27, 28, 29. We all have it really low. In rewatching Halloween 5, forget the whole mute. There's a lot of weird choices in that movie. And Loomis, see, I'm spoiling a bit that I have in my ranking video that you're never going to see because it's so awesome. And man, if I just keep playing it up, you'll want to see it and want to see it. I have a bit about Loomis in that portion of my ranking. Halloween 5, he's like uber creepy in that movie. He's like really touchy. I edited together a series of clips from Halloween 5 where like he's always in the kids like personal space, and he's always grabbing at kids. Like I really want to go back and focus on Loomis and his weird relationship with children. And 5 really especially, it's fucking bonkers. It's out there. Because if you remember in part 1, he hides in the bushes and scares kids. Um, that was Loomis. That was part 1 Loomis that did that shit. But part 5, there's just so many weird like a lot of people love Halloween 4. I've seen that as some people's number 2. A lot of people, if Halloween didn't exist, Halloween 4 is their favorite. In rewatching it again, I'm not a big Halloween guy. I thought it was okay. It's not one of my favorite. I quite enjoy Halloween 3. It might have been third to that. It might have been Halloween 3, and then Halloween 4. But to go from 4 to fucking 5, like that just makes it that much worse for me. 5 is just not good. And the weird, the fucking the cops, with like they realized just how doofy and stupid the fucking cops in 5 are, that they have their own little doofy doopy doop soundtrack underneath them, which what the fuck? Yeah, Halloween 5 kind of shocked me that it was high for somebody, and 21 isn't high in a list of 31, but just really interesting. I guess the fact that it made it above Jason Goes to Manhattan. Again, this is a bit of a slanted view. I really hope that we're able to talk about our lists and just this list in an episode of Scream Stream, because like I'm curious to see what everybody else has to think. And thank God they all dropped in to say their opinions. But the fact that Halloween 5 is above Jason Goes to Manhattan is just really, it's interesting to me, because I mean there's some stuff that I can point to in Jason Goes to Manhattan. Some of the kills are pretty good. Halloween 5 is just fucking I don't know. Let me go back to the chickadee chat. That's what I call. Wait, what? Man, I'm really far behind. Ben guessed Lee. I'm assuming that's for what we were talking about before. Appreciate that big time. Fun series to do. Yeah, no, that was you helped me through some boring hospital time. That was fun. Also, a baby with a man cold is pretty much the end of the world. A baby with a man cold? I don't know what the fuck that means. If you're calling me a baby, yeah, I'll admit to that every day. I don't even need to have a man cold. I can have a fucking a fly's cold, and it'll be the end of the world. I might be misreading that, but yeah, Lindsay, big words from somebody in the chat. Tim says that's what I call H4O. I was on your showbiz stream the other day. You weren't on it, sir. You may have been with us in the chat, but you weren't on it. If you did, I didn't see you on camera. Oh, Cody, hi Cody. He says, "Feel better, man." Thank you. I had a bit of a scare this morning, but I guess everything's okay. Drugs are good. I realize you got the Halloween thing too. If you got your family shit, if you want to drop in and just say whatever the fuck for 5 minutes, by all means. But I get it. You family people with your family shit doing family fuck. I get it. It's there's like no notice and whatever. but open invite. The link is in the Scream Stream chat. Tim says, "What up?" Uh, Ow, Lindsay, you made me laugh, you cunt. Fucking ribs. She says, "Get the fuck out." Tripper says, "Hello, Cody. Really enjoy these lists halfway through watching them. Genius of an idea." Oh, halfway through watching everybody else's. That's yeah. That so Lee. I don't remember which video it was. Lee from Drum Dums gave me credit for the idea, which is not. That is I cannot lay claim to that. Great video, Lee. That was Cody Leach's brainchild. What I did do was I was the first person to have a title. Me and my fucking teaser and marketing ass calling it 31 on 31. That that is my puppy. But this whole ranking thing, that's all Cody Leach. Don't Lee was mistaken. All credit to Cody Leach on that one. Although Cody, I'm hoping you opened your ranking with a certain movie at number 31, and I'll take a wink of a credit for that if you did end up doing that. Brian's bottom 10 hurt my heart. Yeah, like that's like that's another reason why I really hope that when we get together we could all kind of talk about this, because there's some really interesting just fucking the spectrum is just so odd, especially when you think you know somebody's taste and where they're going to go with certain things. There's a handful of movies on Brian's list where it's just like, wow, the respect you have for certain aspects of movies and whatever, but you have blank here. It's really interesting. Brian, there's a couple things. Oddly enough, I think Cody's was kind of somewhat predictable for me. Lindsay's, yours is. Well, when we're done sitting Brian down, we're gonna sit you down, Lindsay, and mine isn't. I don't think mine is that shocking either. Like I said, Jason Lives is my number one. I guess the one thing that was shocking about the bottom, Halloween Resurrection was at the bottom for me, but let me check. Yeah, I was the only person that had it dead last. Not like people were putting it at 4 or anything, but it was 30, 28, 28, 29, and 31. And I'm the 31 there. But there's what, one person that had 2 movies below it, one person that had 3 movies below it, and then one where it was second from the bottom. So I was actually kind of surprised that I had Halloween Resurrection the lowest. And again, I really, oddly enough, I think I need to re-see Freddy's Dead just to reassure myself or tell myself to go back and rescript and reshuffle shit around. But yeah, that was kind of shocking. Haven't watched Brian's yet, only Mayhem's and Lee's watching Cody's and Brian's after this. Yeah, it's a fun thing to do on the 31st of October. I like 5 and Resurrection, New Beginning, New Blood, and Manhattan. Oh wow! Well, Tripper, are you saying that those are high on your list? Because yeah, they all kind of, not many of them are very high, especially Jason Takes Manhattan. I'm just realizing now that there's typos. So again, blame it all on drugs. Blame it on drugs. Blame it on Burger King. Jason Goes to Manhattan. That's not the title of the movie. I don't know why I put Jason Goes to Manhattan there. I'd like to say that it was as a joke, but that's just morondom, pure morondom. I was literally yelling in my truck listening to Lee's list. Oh yeah, Lee might be another. Lee is like the wild card as far as, I mean, you know, knowing what his number one is, uh, knowing what his number two is. I'm dying to hear his reasoning behind some of this other stuff. I guess that makes it easier for me to make this video too, this stream, because I don't have, you know, definitions and explanations behind certain people's rankings, so we could just speculate here. But yeah, Lee's, as far as curiosity, Lee's might be the top tippy top of the iceberg. Um, without knowing the rankings, Lee's is the highest of curiosity. Knowing the rankings, Brian's might be my most intriguing one. Uh, and Lindsay, you got some interesting ones there. But I have opinions too, and clearly nobody else agrees with them. Not nobody else, but you know, there's pretty vast differences in some of these things. Some of these things, it's pretty straightforward. The bottom, I want to say, 6 or 7. The bottom 6 or 7 were pretty straightforward. Like everybody, well, with the exception, I forgot what the fuck. Somebody had 21 for fucking. Wait, what was it? Well, for the most part, you know, 80% of us had that bottom 6 in like the bottom 3. Like, so, you know, Jason X was always near the bottom for all of us, or not all of us, or 4 out of 5 of us. Again, I'll go back to the 80%. There, it was the bottom and the top were pretty easy to understand, and then the middle, like that's where it's just like, I want to hear what you have to say about that. White Tim says, because of the top 3. I don't remember what Lee's 3 is. I know what his 1 and 2 are. Boom, it's that easy to come up with a random stream. X is a bad movie. Manhattan was just bad with very little redeeming quality. Right. And me and my Friday the 13th official fan ID card would have you think that Jason X is worse than Jason Goes to Manhattan. But not everybody else agrees with me. Jason X, like it's not good. It's got a neat kill. The thing that I like about Jason X is when they travel back, or they simulate going back to the 80s. That's like a 2-minute scene. And then obviously the frozen face kill, which is a parallel to the boiling fucking sauna kill in Halloween 2. I touch on that briefly in this incredible ranking video that you guys will never ever see. But I digest. But he punches that dude's head off. Yeah, that's part 8. There's decent kills in Jason Goes to Jason. See, now I'm reading it as Jason Goes to Manhattan. When Jason Takes Manhattan, there, like, if you called it Friday the 13th fucking Toxic Water Boy, there wouldn't be so much expectation. Due weight on that movie. I think if you take away the New York City fact of Jason Goes to, I'm doing it again. If you take away the whole, all right, he's not in the city for most of the movie. There's some stuff in Manhattan that I would say at least barely beats out Jason X, but that is this humble Friday the 13th fan's opinion. The cops even said it's because we're bad cops. I think you're talking about Halloween 5. I'm a little behind in the chat. The cops, woof, fucking A, man. I think we are talking about Halloween 5. They're fucking abysmal. I don't remember anything else from it, to be fair. Manhattan is one of the worst looking Jasons. Worst looking? Oh yeah, that's the one where he's like, it's just always like wet, right? Like not even like wet. Looks like he's like drenched in tar. That is a really weird looking Jason. Yeah, I don't like the look of Jason and Jason Goes to Hell either. Too, to be honest, the 4 minutes that we see him as Jason, I don't know why his head is bubbling over and his head is trying to swallow the mask. Like a really weird look. But yeah, Manhattan has a funky look. Brian's got Lee's. Yeah, I got Brian's and Lee's left to watch. Not that high, not that low. Shit, I'm a little too far behind with the chat. How is Jason Lives 8? All right, Patrick. I'll give you the rundown of how Jason Lives is at 8. I think I said it before, but it should be, if you're counting movies, if you're counting the videos that you can watch right now, counting Brian, Lindsay, Cody, Lee, Jason Lives wouldn't be in the top 10 as far as ranking on average. And the reason is because you have 2 9s, a 14, and a 20. There's a certain somebody who has Jason Lives ranked at number 1 that weighs that number up heavily. So if you take my number 1 ranking of Jason Lives out, Jason Lives probably slides up to, I would say at least 13th. I think it's neat, by the way. A lot of us have a Friday the 13th movie in the 13th spot. And I'm the only person who had a fucking Halloween movie in 31. But that's neither here nor there. Friday 4, Jason Lives, Halloween 7, 8 are my top 3 for sure. Yep. 2 of those 3 are in my top 3. My top 3 are Dream Warriors, Jason Lives, and Halloween 78. Yeah, that's the thing about the Nightmare on Elm Streets. It's usually only 3 or 1. I've never seen somebody say something like, "Oh, Part 2 is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street," or fucking New Nightmare is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. Those are pretty cut and dry. I guess the testament to my dog shit B movie series, otherwise known as Friday the 13th, is you can get a lot of different favorite number 1s in the Friday the 13th series. This ranking set alone, I think everybody, with the exception of I think Lindsay and Brian have the same top Friday the 13th movie, but everybody has very different favorite Friday the 13th movies. Halloween, a lot of people, it's Halloween. Yeah, but Friday the 13th seems to stray the most. Halloween, it's Halloween. The Nightmare on Elm Street, it's either 1 or 3. Friday the 13th, it's just a fucking train wreck. And a lot of people like that remake in this group, which is, I don't know what the fuck. Like I said, I really pray that we're able to talk about this in a stream. How is Jason? Yeah, I'm back. Cool, you have Halloween 4 in the top 10. No, so Anto, this is the average of the Scream Stream rankings. So this is the average of Lindsay, Cody, Lee, Brian, and myself. So Halloween 4, let me do that. That's a really interesting swing right there. So here are the rankings for the 5 of us of Halloween 4. You have somebody who has 3, 21, 3, 12, 17. Like those are really wide rankings right there. As high as 3, as low as 21. That's really surprising. Like there's not many movies that have such a wide gap between the 5 of us. Jason Lives was kind of close. If you're counting my one, you go as low as 1, as high as 20. Uh, Halloween 4 with the low as 3, high as 21. That's a pretty big swing. Just like, for example, Halloween number 1, the 1978 Halloween, is 1, 4, 1, 2, 3. Those are the rankings for the 5 of us. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3. It's ranked number 1 on 2 of our lists, and it doesn't get lower than 4th on anybody else's. So some of these averages. Halloween 3 is another one. See, like, it seems like the Halloweens have the most wide space covering ranks. Halloween 3 is the highest it is on somebody's list is 4. The lowest it is 23. But that's another one of those movies that, you know, people either love or hate. There's not much middle. Yeah, Halloween 3, it's 4, 7, 9, 14, 23. Those are the rankings for the 5 of us. And none of them are really kind of close to each other, except maybe 7 and 9. 4, 7, 9, 14, 23. Such an interesting, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are bored out of your skull, but the way that this plays out, especially when you know the characters that are ranking these movies, it's really interesting to see how it's played out. Side Out 1000 says Jason Lives should be above the remake. What the fuck? Yeah. Because I haven't recorded my ranking yet, I might have to make a note of that my Scream Stream brethren are, whew, I don't understand the fact that the Friday the 13th remake just misses the top 5. To me is troubling. See, if what that says is, if the folks at Paramount were listening to the Scream Stream folks, we might have had a Friday the 13th sequel to that remake, but they're not, and we don't. My friend Deandra likes the new Nightmare the most. She's a huge Fred head and is kind of famous for being a Nancy cosplayer. Oh, that's neat. So yeah, that's an unpopular opinion, though. I'm not trying to, you know, like, shit on her ranking. Everybody has their own. I mean, obviously, if I've been preaching anything here, it's just how much we all have different opinions. But you know, there are commons. There's a lot of things that you, if you had to bet on it, it's like, oh, all right, so Halloween's going to be number 1 on a lot of people's lists. And there's just stuff that, you know, if you told me that Dream Child was somebody's favorite Nightmare on Elm Street, I'd be like, all right, well, that's an interesting choice. I'm curious to hear why. Tripper says Friday the 13th 3, Halloween 78, and Elm Street 3 are my favorites from each series. Anto, 4 is my favorite Friday. It's got the best balance of kills and story. Yep, 4 is probably the fullest experience as far as a Friday the 13th is concerned. I'd agree with that. It hurt me seeing Halloween 5 and Nightmare Remake being ranked over New Nightmare on someone else's video. Yeah. It's just fun to see, and I'm excited to hear some explanations and reasons behind some of this stuff, like especially Brian's, because Brian's bottom third makes me want to punch babies. Shocked that Halloween is number 5. I'm thinking it's Prisoner of the Moment. Yeah. So the spectrum on 2018, or H40, ranked as high as 2, 5, 8, 15, 17. So, you know, that 2 weighs it up pretty heavily. And you know, those that the 5 and 8 aren't hurting much at all. I think mine, I have it ranked 8th. I'm the 8th there. Who knows if I rank it, 11, 12 or something, because the swings are so wide. It's interesting to see where that movie falls. I'll tell you something that it doesn't take much for me to want to punch babies. That's an excellent point, Tim. Something that I guess confuses me, intrigues me, bothers me, but doesn't, because it's kind of been predictable ever since we started talking about this shit, is the fact that the Rob Zombie movies, they're they're good, bad. They have their place, and there's like, what's the highest one? Rob Zombie Halloween 2. Is that, what am I looking at? Where's Rob Zombie Halloween 1? All right, so Rob Zombie Halloween 1 is ranked lower than Rob Zombie Halloween 2, which I don't know how to process that fucking thought. But those rankings those are such weird movies in all of the franchises. Those movies have very strong fans, very strong detractors. I don't know of many people that are just kind of like shoulder shrug about the zombie Halloweens. They're an awkward specimen themselves. So Rob Zombie Halloween 1, the lowest it was ranked was 13, and then 16, 18, 18, 21. So two people have Rob Zombie Halloween 1 at 18, yet the average brings it up to 19. So interesting. And then Halloween 2, like here's like, this is what so Halloween 1, it's pretty close. It's the low is 13, the high is 21. So you have like an 8-spot swing there, yet it's the lower ranked movie. But then you get to Rob Zombie 2, and then you have some bizarreness in our group here. The high for Rob Zombie 2 is 9. Then 10, then 11, then 20, and 25. So again, the low for Rob Zombie's Halloween is 13. The high is 21. There's a space of eight spots. Rob Zombie 2, the low is 9. The fucking high is 25. There's a 16 spot swing there, and it's ranked higher. I don't understand the zombie movies and fucking number 9. I don't remember who that was, but maybe was that Cody? Well, 9, 10, 11. There's 3 of us that think there's 2 of us that think they're in the top 10. Rob Zombie 2. Fucking I don't, again, I really just take a shot every time I say I really hope we get to talk about these lists in a stream, because and I hope they can be civil about it. I don't think you're going to hear Brian and Lindsay screaming at each other very much, but if Brian's got some things on his list and Lindsay's got some things on her list, who knows? People, when they see my list, the same could be said for me. But just to have discussions and hear, this is why I chose this, and based against the average, it's a little strange, and blah 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 blah. Babies are too whiny for Tripper. The first half of Zombies Halloween 1 is so weird and drawn out. It takes too long for Myers to start stalking Laurie. Yeah, I agree, Russ. I would have Halloween 1. Let me see. Where did I put Halloween 1? Halloween 1 was in 18th for me. If you take out that first 20 minutes of Rob Zombie's Halloween, I'd have that really like way higher. Anto says Cody and Lindsay, I think. Oh, you're talking about the two that have Rob Zombies that high. Yeah, I think you're right. Honestly, I don't mind the first half of Rob Zombie's Halloween, but RZH2 is only better than Jason Goes to Hell. I'd put Jason Goes to Hell 31. Yeah, Zombies Halloween 2 is, man, the one thing you can say about these franchises is they're weird. There's some interesting entries in these franchises. Let me look at A Nightmare on Elm Street, because we seem to be going back and forth with Friday the 13th and mostly Halloween, because, well, the holiday's Halloween, and well, we're exploiting that the good old October 31st. Friday the 13th part 4. So I'll talk about Friday the 13th again. I'm looking right now. Friday the 13th part 4. The rankings are 1, 2, 6, 6, 15. I'm trying to remember who the fuck the 15 is, because that's you can fucking, there's that Friday the 13th part 4 is the halfway. It's got to be Brian. Friday the 13th part 4 being the halfway mark for good movies in these franchises is startling. It just doesn't, it does not compute for me. I'm sorry. Nightmare on Elm Street. See, so Nightmare on Elm Street 1, no number 1 votes, but you know, it's pretty tight. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. 2 votes for second, 2 votes for third, and somebody had it in fourth. That's a solid thing right there. When you have 5 people and you're adding for that golf score, 14 points from 5 people that's really good. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, you have 10, 12, 14, 19, 19. Again, a space of 9. 10, 12, 14, 19, 19. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, there's a vote for 1. And then and everybody seems to be on the same page for this one. 1, 5, 5, 5, 8. So the 8 weighs it down a bit, and the 1 weighs it up a bit. But it could have been 5. Wait, where is it? Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is 3. So that 1 weighs a Nightmare on Elm Street up quite a bit. Because, you know, it's only 1 1. There's 3 5s. And then a bunch of then the 8 hurts it. Whoever the fuck put it at 8. I want to say it's Brian, just to pick on him more, but I honestly don't remember. I lost the phone. I lost the chat. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, 16, 20, 23, 24, 25. It is funny how there's a lot of ascending and or descending ranks from us. There was 2 or 3 movies that people had. There's 2 or 3 movies that Lindsay and Lee have like a step ladder of sorts with their rankings. Somebody has something at 23, and then somebody has it at 24, and then the other way, a different movie, somebody has it at 18 and 17. Just again, this is all nerdy shit that has nothing to do with the movies themselves. Just again, if you know the characters of the people who are ranking the videos, it's just intriguing to know how they come to their conclusions and their rankings. I'd put Rob Zombie 2 in my top 10. Besides Loomis, I love that movie. Yeah, the zombie movies are really all over the place. It hit and miss, very very wide spectrum. Brian was savage on the original Friday the 13th. I can't believe you ranked it so low. Number 26. Yeah, Brian needs an intervention on that list at the absolute very least. I find Friday the 13th 4 to be kind of overrated. Definitely like it, but I don't think it's nearly as good as most say. Yeah, but I guess my point is give me 14 movies out of the rest of these that are better. And I only say that with arrogance and or confidence, because when I can't speak for anybody else, but when you sit down and try ranking these movies out, there's at least for me at least, there was like 10 movies where it's just like this doesn't matter. Like these movies they're not worth talking about. They happened. Like, so to put 14 movies ahead of it Friday the 13th 4, overrated or not, it's one of the better in the series. I thought that was a general consensus, but I guess not. What Jason movies do you like more? 2, 3, and 6. Yeah, 3. The more I watch 3, the more I'm like, yeah, kind of gimmicky, and the acting's kind of shit. I mean, well, it's Friday the 13th. Most of the acting in Friday the 13th, all of the Friday the 13th, is pretty shit. So let's finish up the Nightmare on Elm Streets here. So Nightmare on Elm Street 5, somebody had it at 11. That's Dream Child. Remember that. 11, 24, 25, 27, 27. I'm trying to look through this person's 11. What was below Nightmare on Elm Street 5 here for this person? Friday the 13th Part 4. Oh, I think I know what's happening here. Yeah. I need to talk about this with everybody, because there's some rankings that just don't make sense at all. Nightmare on Elm Street 5 is better than Halloween 2. All right. Freddy's Dead. 30, 30, 31, 31. 30, 30, 31, 31, 31. Yep. And New Nightmare, as high as 4. 4, 7, 11, 16, 22. That's a wide, that's an 18 spot swing there. You only have 31 spots to move. 18 spots in that spectrum. Phew. Dream Child, better than Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah. So 5 and 6 for Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm going on not experience but memory. I haven't seen them in a while. I might need to just give the shittier Nightmare on Elm Streets a watch just to kind of crack my memory loose. But other than that, I'll give you guys one more last look here at the Scream stream. Again, this is the average. This is what all 5 of us, what our lists have averaged to portray. If you want a little more insight into how movies got placed due to average, by all means, go check out the Drum Dums list. Go check out the Mother Mayhem list. Go check out the Cody Leach list. And please, certainly go check out the Brian Lomax Movie Talk list. And I hopefully I'll heal a bit better now. And I want to say I won't be too long with mine, but maybe within a week you'll get mine up there, maybe, because like I said, all the editing and stuff is, well, not the editing, the shell, I guess is what I call it. I have bits and sourced videos that I go to. That some of that work, there's some jokes, there's some things in my ranking that are already done. I just need to film myself talking and then drop that me talking into the list or into the video. But yeah, go check out those videos. Keep your eyes here for mine. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to all of us. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Click the bell for fucking notifications, because I don't know, people tell me that they find out like 2 days later that I went live, and I'm like, I don't know how to control that, but apparently the bell is how to be notified if and when I go live. So yeah, 2-step process: subscribe and click that bell. Otherwise, it's been a really nice. It's nice to be able to be home to talk to everybody, but again, I thought I'd at least have Lindsay to yell at and tell her she's wrong. But if we're able to talk about this on an episode of Scream Stream, maybe not for a whole episode, but just to talk about it, I hope that we can, because this was a really neat idea by Cody, and curious to see what else everybody has to say. Go check those out. Yeah, go check those out. Have yourself a Halloween.